Are you an alpha female? Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the 10 traits of an alpha female, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around for these hilarious examples. We're talking about those women who just own it, who walk into a room and make everyone wonder, who is that? You know the type. Strong, independent, and maybe just a little bit intimidating. In a good way, of course, so get ready to laugh, maybe learn a thing or two, and let's find out if you've got what it takes to be an alpha female. Trait number 1. Confidence. You own this place. Okay, first up, confidence. It's the foundation of everything you do, and I'm not talking about the kind of confidence that makes you trip over your own feet trying to look cool. No, it's deeper than that. I'm talking about the kind of confidence that makes you feel like you can conquer the world, or at least handle a really long line at the grocery store. It's the kind of confidence that radiates from within. An alpha female walks into a room like she owns the place. She doesn't need to announce her presence. Her aura does it for her. Picture this. She struts in, head high, maybe even flashes a smile that could outshine the sun. Her steps are purposeful and her demeanor is unshakable. And you know what? People notice. They can't help but be drawn to her energy. Even the furniture straightens up a bit when she walks by. It's like the whole room adjusts to her presence. Think of it like this. Remember that time you aced a test you thought you were gonna fail? That unexpected triumph, that feeling of, yeah, I did that. It's a rush of self-assurance and pride. That's the energy of an alpha female. It's a magnetic force that draws people in and commands respect. It's not about being arrogant, it's about knowing your worth and letting your awesome flag fly. Embrace your strengths, acknowledge your achievements, and let that confidence shine through every aspect of your life. When you own your confidence, you inspire others to find theirs too. It's a ripple effect that can change the world around you.
Trait number 2, independence. Who needs a sidekick? Next up, independence. Now, this doesn't mean an alpha female doesn't like company. Oh, no. She loves her friends, her family, her dog walker. Okay, maybe not the dog walker, but the point is she can handle things on her own. Imagine this. She's got that giant box of IKEA furniture, the one with instructions written in hieroglyphics, and does she even flinch? Nope. She dives right in, Allen wrench in hand, ready to build herself a masterpiece. Because here's the thing, an alpha female doesn't wait around for someone to rescue her. She's perfectly capable of rescuing herself, thank you very much, and maybe even rescuing you in the process, while simultaneously baking a cake and writing a best-selling novel.
Trait number 3, leadership. Follow me to fun. Let's talk leadership. Now, when you hear leader, you might picture someone in a fancy suit giving a boring presentation. But that's not an alpha female. She leads with enthusiasm, with a twinkle in her eye, and maybe a slightly chaotic plan that somehow works perfectly. Ever been with a group of friends and no one can decide where to eat? Everyone's throwing out suggestions, getting hangry. It's a mess. Then suddenly she steps in, maps out a plan, and before you know it, you're all sharing a giant plate of nachos. That's an alpha female in action. She doesn't need a title or a megaphone to lead. She inspires people to follow her because she's passionate, she's decisive, and she always knows how to have a good time.
Chapter 4, trait number 4, assertiveness. Speaking her mind hilariously.
Okay, buckle up because we're talking assertiveness. And no, this isn't about being bossy or demanding. It's about knowing what you want and not being afraid to ask for it. With a little humor sprinkled on top, of course.
Imagine this. You're at a restaurant and your order is all wrong. The food is cold, the drink is flat, and you're about to unleash your inner toddler.
But then, your alpha female friend steps in. She gets the waiter's attention, explains the situation calmly but firmly, and maybe even throws in a joke to lighten the mood.
And you know what? It works. The waiter is apologizing, the food is getting fixed, and you're sitting there thinking, wow, I need to take notes. That's the power of assertive communication, alpha female style. This isn't just about restaurants, though. Imagine being in a meeting at work. Your alpha female colleague speaks up, presenting her ideas with confidence. She knows her worth and isn't afraid to share her thoughts, and she does it with a touch of humor, making everyone feel at ease. The team appreciates her input, and you realize assertiveness can be both effective and endearing. So next time you're in a tricky situation, channel your inner alpha female, speak your mind, stand your ground, and don't forget to add a little humor. Because being assertive doesn't mean being harsh, it means being clear, confident, and a little bit funny. And that's a trait worth mastering. Chapter 5. Trait number 5, ambition, reaching for the stars and beyond.
Next up, ambition. And no, we're not talking about climbing the corporate ladder just for the sake of it. An alpha female's ambition comes from a place of passion, of wanting to make a difference, of chasing her dreams with the energy of 1,000 suns. It's about having a vision so clear and powerful that it propels her forward, no matter the obstacles in her path.
Think of it like this. Remember when you were a kid and you set up that lemonade stand? You were determined to make the best darn lemonade the world had ever seen, right? You had that spark, that drive to create something special, to stand out from the rest. That same spirit lives on in an alpha female?
Well, that's the spirit of an alpha female. She takes that childhood hustle and turns it into something amazing. She's not afraid to dream big, to set goals that might seem impossible to others. She understands that every great achievement starts with a bold idea and the courage to pursue it relentlessly.
Because she knows that with hard work, determination, and maybe a little bit of luck, she can achieve anything she sets her mind to. She embraces challenges, learns from failures, and celebrates her victories, no matter how small. Her ambition is not just about personal success, but about making a lasting impact on the world around her. Chapter 6, trait number 6, resilience, bouncing back like a boss.
Now let's talk about resilience. Life throws curveballs, right? We've all been there. But an alpha female, she doesn't just duck when things get tough, she catches that curveball and throws it right back.
Imagine this, she's walking down the street looking fabulous when suddenly she trips. And not just a little stumble, we're talking a full-on face plant.
Now, most people would be mortified, right? But not her. She pops right back up, dusts herself off, and maybe even throws in a little dance move to play it off.
Because here's the thing, an alpha female knows that setbacks are part of life. They don't define her. She takes a deep breath, learns from her mistakes, and comes back stronger than ever.
Okay, let's talk charisma.
Now, this isn't about being the loudest person in the room or wearing flashy clothes.
It's about that special something, that spark that makes people gravitate towards you.
Imagine this. She walks into a room full of strangers, and within minutes, she's chatting with everyone like they're old friends.
She listens intently, tells stories that make people laugh, and genuinely cares about what others have to say.
It's like she has this invisible force field of charm that draws people in.
She could make friends with a rock, I swear.
And it's not an act, it's just her natural way of being.
Next up, decisiveness.
You know how it is when you're trying to make a decision and you overthink every possible outcome.
Yeah, that's not an alpha female. She's got places to go, things to do, and decisions to make.
Picture this. You're at a restaurant staring at the menu like it's written in a foreign language. But not her. She scans the options, makes her choice, and orders for the entire table without breaking a sweat.
And you know what? Everyone's happy with her choices because she's confident in her decisions. She doesn't second-guess herself, and she trusts her gut. Let's talk self-respect.
This isn't about being arrogant or thinking you're better than everyone else. It's about knowing your worth and not settling for anything less.
Imagine this. Someone offers her a job that's way below her skill set or tries to convince her to do something she's not comfortable with. Does she shrink back and say, okay, if you say so?
Nope. She politely but firmly declines, knowing that she deserves better. And she walks away with her head held high, maybe even a sassy hair flip for good measure.
Because an alpha female doesn't compromise her values or her self-worth for anyone. She knows what she brings to the table, and she's not afraid to ask for the respect she deserves. And finally, let's talk about empathy.
Now, you might think that an alpha female is all about being strong and independent, and while that's true, it doesn't mean she lacks compassion.
In fact, she's often the first one to offer a helping hand or a listening ear.
An alpha female will be there with open arms, ready to listen without judgment, offer words of encouragement, and maybe even crack a joke or two to lighten the mood. Imagine this. A friend is going through a tough time and they need someone to talk to. She knows that life can be tough, and sometimes all you need is someone to understand and make you laugh.
Because she gets it.
She's a true friend, a confidant, and a shoulder to cry on, all rolled into one amazing alpha female package.
So there you have it, the 10 traits of an alpha female. Remember, it's not about being perfect or fitting into a certain mold. It's about embracing your strengths, being confident in who you are, and never being afraid to shine. So, do you agree with our list? Did we miss any traits? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more fun content. We'll see you next time.